G'day everybody, hope you're having a fantastic day. I wanted to go through and do a bit of a breakdown of our top 10 to sort of wrap up, well, the work week, shall we say, because we've still got 2 more days, obviously, until the candles close for the week. But I thought it was a pretty good time to do a bit of a scan because we are seeing some things that are of significance at the moment. Well, at least I am. Anyway, okay, so starting with Bitcoin. Now, what we don't have is we do not have a daily uptrend just yet. We go low to high. Of course, it's been a pretty strong move. I mean, from the low point that we saw back about a week ago to our high point, it's over just about 13%, which is, no flash in the pan move. It's a very nice move. So perspective is absolutely required at this point, however, because whilst we have had essentially 2 very strong days, 2 days sort of 3.5 to 4%, that's all we've had. And I will remind you this. We had a number of strong days here before we sold off and went all the way back down very close to the lows within this bear market. We saw it over here. A big run up, another one, then all the way back down again. We saw a run up here and a run up here, back down again. In fact, the last time we actually saw a run that was established into a basically daily uptrend with some momentum that shifted for more than just a week was really back through here in March. This little pullback here met by some very strong buying over the next 7-8 days there. We haven't seen anything like that that's been sustained since back in March. Now, I'd love to see it sustained. I'd love to see us get more upward momentum, more bullishness, or more strength in our market. Does it take away from anything that I've said about this support level? No, because the support level really only, my thesis of how we could possibly get to 10,000 is built purely on the basis that we break this level. We haven't broke that level yet. If we break that level, I can see a scenario for which we might see a very quick move down, and then we can get some cheaper Bitcoin. But we're not there. Look, it'd be lovely if we saw this if we've already met our lows. Don't get me wrong. I would love that more than seeing it fall. But seeing it fall opens up opportunities as well. For the time being, we're well above that level by a good couple of $1,000s. And we've got this little bit of a pullback yesterday. So far, a little bit down today. What this opens up is our mid to higher timeframes for trading opportunities. As you can see here on the 4-hour on Bitcoin, we are now back in that cradle zone. Now, the trend is there. There's a higher low and a higher high, but it is a little bit disjointed in the sense that it's not really that bouncing ball that I'm looking for. We went straight up really hard, very clean pullback. There could be an opportunity there on the 4-hour come later on this afternoon, and you can see here on the 8, although not the greatest of pullbacks, there are a couple of pullbacks through here, so it does fit. As far as anything else goes, what I really want to see happen now is exactly that. I want this scenario to play out where we do get a clean pullback and then we do move higher yet again, therefore keeping our trend momentum to the upside. That is on Bitcoin. Onto Ethereum, which of course we know had a really strong move. In fact, Ethereum is also not in a daily uptrend because here we have a low to a high. Not to take anything away from the strength of the move that we've seen on Ethereum, obviously the weekly now having a very, very strong week, up nearly 11%. So we're coming back around. We are rounding ourselves out. Let's have a look at the 1-month chart. Yeah, and here's an interesting thing here. This has now got the potential, and obviously we've got to get above 2034 for this to come to fruition, but there is the potential for a monthly higher low to be set in if and only if we take out this high, and it's obviously a long way to go. But again, always mixing in the idea behind, could we see a bull market sooner rather than later, or at least some momentum and strength back into our market, and the possibilities are starting to come around. Now, as far as we're looking here on the 4-hour, it looks fairly similar to Bitcoin, except for it's been a bit of a bigger move. We are back in that cradle zone, and it is worth watching. I want to see this pull in and bounce. Now, whether it's on the 4-hour or whether it comes in deeper on the 8, I don't mind so much, but that next higher low and taking out the highs that we saw 2 days ago is important. XRP. Look, XRP is a bit of a wet frog right now. It's there's not much really going on here. We have had very little in the way of any momentum. It's a bit of a dampener on the rest of it. If you look at Ethereum's chart, look, for the last week we've had a very strong move. Look at XRP. It's done very little at all, and you can see here on that weekly, not much to really take from it, and a very slow sideways chart. No interest for me at all on XRP. On to DOT, we can see the big move that was a couple of days back. It sort of led the market out the day before many of the other moves occurred. Very strong move there, but it's come back to that $6.50 mark, as I've spoken of as resistance for such a long time. It was support, then it was resistance, sell off. We've run into it again. For us to see anything further, we need to now have a higher low and take out these highs to clear our ways through that $6.50, that old resistance. and really set sail from here. You can see the 12 hour, there is a pullback here. I want to see this now go up, take these levels out, and it will be a lot better. On the Doge, well, it's had some absolutely big, absolutely massive days. We'll go from where we started down here, and at one stage we're up over 40%, a very large move there. Who knows what that's about? Possibly something to do with Elon Musk and Doge and Twitter and all those sorts of things. I'm not too bothered by it at this stage. It's just gone straight up in the air, and there are not too many opportunities around at this moment in time. So whilst it has had a very strong push higher, it hasn't really changed too much. It's just one single candle with a very, very strong move. Without too much cyclicity, it just went straight up. On to Binance. Again, here we go low to high, so no daily uptrend, no real pullback here. Just a sell-off yesterday, not a pullback. As you can see here on the 4, we pushed up through there. Unfortunately, I didn't get a trade on there because I didn't get a third test. We're pulling back in here, but not looking quite so nice. So probably rather wait for the 8 to see if it comes in a bit deeper. Same with Binance to everything else that we've talked of so far. I want to see it take out these highs. And just while I'm on the point, we've got, the 1st of November coming up soon, or the 31st of October. And that's personal tax time. And I've been using Coinly for what I'm doing. You can use the code TC30 to get a discount on your Coinly. It just brings it all the accounts together. And they've sponsored this post today, this video today. So I'll hand over for the quick little advert and we'll go through the rest in just a second. Did you lock in profits during last year's bull run? Maybe you sold your bored ape for a life-changing amount of money. Maybe you've got a capital loss for not taking profits. Either way, it's tax time, ladies and gentlemen. And what better way to consolidate all of your earnings than with Coinly? Coinly is a crypto tax solution that calculates how much tax is due in no time at all. Coinly has the ability to integrate with over 600 wallets, exchanges and services, and allows you to generate a tax summary in under 20 minutes. Use my promo code TC30 and you'll receive 30% off any Coinly tax plan and download your report today. Okay, now on to Cardano. Yeah, look, very strong run up once again. Let's have a look. We go from our low to our high point, which is a very solid move of nearly 30%. Call it 27 because that's what it is. The weekly time frame here. We've moved back up into the cradle zone in a weekly downtrend. I'm going to get rid of these levels here because that trade is now no longer with us. It has been taken out with a very nice profit. This support is still relevant though. We push right up into there. What we need to see again to get any more bullish sentiment here with Cardano is to see a higher low and then push on for a higher high getting above this old level. If we look at the weekly, it's very apparent. Yes, it's divergent, it's all buggery, but there's a lower high and a lower low. So still not too much in the way of strong sentiment just yet on Cardano. Literally just a bit of a pop up over a short space of time. Not much really going on there that I'm interested in. When we drop down to the 4, you can see it got a bit funny. Then it came in. No trades there for me. Solana, it has had a little pullback here yesterday. Now I would like to see it take out these highs. Very, very simple yet again. It's had a decent little week up 4.65%, but we are not getting these sorts of weeks where we're seeing very, very strong moves just yet. Still a little placid. It is nice to see a little bounce, but just keep that in mind. That is all that we have at the moment. It is just a little bounce. On AVAX, which does have a 12-hour higher low and higher high, that's looking pretty good. The trend has changed on that time frame, as you can see here on the 4. It's not really what I'm looking for. Rather see it coming a little bit deeper here on the 8-hour. And once again, you can see just a straight run up without any real strength in that trend at this moment. Last week it was up 3%. This week so far up 3% again. So again, we need to see more coming through with AVAX. And what I like to do when I look across my top 10 is I try and get a collective thought process around what's happening. Is everything taking off? Or are there still a lot of markets that really, it's only just been a straight run up? We need those daily trends to return. That's where we can start to get some confidence and some follow through. On to Tron now. A couple of days where we moved up, a couple of days where we pulled back. Again, not a great deal has changed here. Look at the weekly, nothing's really changed. Look at the daily, we don't really have an uptrend. There is not a great deal going on here with Tron. I'm not interested in this. It's still very, very sideways. As you can see when I go to the 8, very erratic. It's not one that I want to be trading. So across the top 10, the biggest thing I can say to you is just remember that this is currently, at this stage, just a couple of days of upward buying momentum. It does not mean that we're in a bull market. It does not even mean that we have an uptrend in most of these circumstances. Be patient and wait to see if we can get this to continue going through to the upside. That'd be really good. Have a great weekend, and I'll speak to you all again very, very soon. Bye for now.